Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing today? On this cold February afternoon, February the 3rd, 2022. I'm here to do another video unboxing from a company called HBX or HBX. Many of you have heard of it. They specialize in budget scale RC buggies and trucks, and also recently drift cars as well. Today I'll be doing a video unboxing on the HBX 2188A. It is their 1/16 scale drifting car. So I got the box right over here. So basically that's the car that it looks like. Obviously it's a rendition of the famous Hoonigan drift car, as you can see, as the box shows. But I'm going to go ahead and show you basically what's inside the box. I tried getting this from quite a few sellers on AliExpress, but for one reason or another they all canceled on me. I'm thinking it might have to do with price, because I ended up getting it for a really good price, but I always found it was down to price. But they kept coming back to me saying oh, there was a problem with the factory, and I'm sure you've heard all those excuses. So which I'm not a believer of that. I think it's just because they realized that they're selling it so cheap. Incidentally enough, I ended up getting this particular one with a coupon code, of course, for about $58 Canadian with shipping. And I thought to myself, after what, the 7th or so attempt, that I'm not going to get this one either. But this one actually worked out, and it was going to be the last time that I tried to get it. So I figured, you know what, let me just try one last time. And then yeah, and this guy bit, so I'm like, great. So yeah, I ended up getting it for 58 Canadian. The price has gone up since. I know right now Banggood is carrying it right now for about $85 Canadian. So that's just kind of, it's one of those things you have to try to get it in. You have to try to get it while it's inexpensive, you know, or else you're kind of SOL. But of course, as you can see, I'm having a bit of a time getting everything out. So it's one of those things that you have to, like, I destroy the whole friggin' box. But anyway, so let me just put that aside. Let me just grab everything out of the box so you guys can see everything straight away. Alright. Yeah, this whole box is falling apart. So anyway. Okay, first off, we have the HBX basic HBX remote. You have at the top your normal speed and your slow speed for, of course, if you want to give it to a child. Then you have your steering reverse switch right above it there, and you have your on-off switch right over here, and you have your steering control right over here. No foam, but it's a very small remote, so it can fit in children's hands as well. So, but yeah, I mean, it's decent. It does the job. And I know this remote is compatible with other brushed HBX models as well. I can't recall off the top of my head right now, but I know there are some guys that have had success in using this remote with other HBX models. Here is the car. Looks quite nice, actually. The tires are made of plasticky rubber. You can actually use this for asphalt and for obviously drifting. You know, there are some cars that they have interchangeable tires, one's for asphalt and one's for drifting. You can actually use this for both, so it's actually an interesting compound, because you can use it's sort of like a dual purpose thing. But anyway, here's the body. As you can see, approximately, I'd say 12 inches long. I would say about 2.5 inches in height, and approximately 4 to 4.5 inches wide. And that's the front. All right, so I'm going to take off the body clips. They have these clips on the top to make it easy to grab. So thank you, HBX, for thinking about that. It does make life a lot easier for us RC guys and gals. So let me put these over here. All right, so as you can imagine, everything's miniaturized here. Of course, is the body, just standard shell. It does have the plastic on it, so you can always take it off if you see fit, right, to offer some protection on it right there. And everything else is just absolutely tiny. So here we have, everything's all loose in here, but anyway, we have a small 14 500 size lithium ion batteries with a Dean's plug, okay? And here is the ESC receiver, brushed of course. Tiny little motor here. I think that's a 170. I can't recall right now what the size of it is, but it's just a tiny little thing because the car is tiny, let's face it. So it's a good little car for drifting. You got your little pinion here, so I'm sure if you take the heat gun to it there, you can take it off and put on a different motor, or if you want to go brushless, you know, if you want to use it as an on-road car, which is what my plan is to use it for. Tiny micro servo, which is right over here. Of course, being brushed, it is a 5-wire, and that plugs in right over here at the top of the ESC, right over here. And then you have your light switch, which is this little white button right over here that says light, okay? And there's your power right underneath it, okay? So yeah, this should be interesting. I haven't actually had a little drift car in a while, so I'll see how this one performs stock. I might even leave it stock, who knows. I may go brushless, I haven't decided yet, but I do have all the parts to make it brushless. But anyway, yeah, so that's their tiny little motor right there with the heat sink there attached to it. But yeah, it's a cute little thing. Yeah, like I said, I got it like only because the price was like $58. So I mean, for an RTR, it's great. The shocks are here, of course, non-oil filled. Doesn't need to be because this thing weighs next to nothing, but they are damped nicely. They have a nice spring rate to them, on the softer side, so it will absorb road irregularities, asphalt irregularities, I should say, fairly well, as you can see. So yeah, it's not too bad. You know, the chassis is thin, but then again, you have to realize this is a very thin car. It's a very light car, but still, it's built quite decently. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the paint job on it, the black and green. It's got the 45 number on it, some stickers on the, you know, and painting around it. So yeah, it looks quite nice. So I guess this is the conclusion of the video unboxing of the HBX 2188A 1/16 scale four-wheel drive drift car, like that. So if you guys have any questions about this RC or any of the other ones in my fleet, please by all means leave a comment below, and I'll answer any questions that you guys may have. All right, have a good day, guys. Ciao.